Hi there, welcome back to Still Waters ASMR. Today's video is one that I'm really excited about. It's been a long time coming and there'll be more following on from this one. So when I was 17 years old, I left home. I went away to university and I packaged all my stuff up that I wasn't taking with me and I put it up in the loft in my parents' house. And it was always my intention that once I was settled, I would collect all my stuff. Well, it's now been 17 years later, 13 house moves later, and I'm finally in a position to where I'm settled and I can collect my stuff. So I'm really excited that this video will be me opening up some of the things that I left. So these are things that when I was younger, like 17 years ago, I deemed precious enough to keep. And so it'll be really interesting to dip into here and see what what my 17-year-old self thought was worth keeping and holding on to. So I'm really quite excited to see what's in here. And I'd like to say that I've already dealt with, there's several boxes of Salvanian Families items that were in my parents' loft. They've already been dealt with. The boxes were all mouldy, so the boxes have been disposed of and the Salvanian Family items have been safely stored. And I will be doing videos showing you what Salvanian Families items I had in my parents' loft in due course. But they're separate. I've also over there, out of camera shot, I've got all of my Polly Pockets. Again, we'll look at those in another video. And I apologise because my laptop is doing my head in. The fan it keeps going in complete overdrive, and apparently it's a problem with this particular laptop and there's not much I can do about it, so I apologise if every now and then the fan on my laptop goes completely ridiculous. I've dismantled my laptop. I have sprayed the fans with compressed air. I've tightened up screws. I've done everything that the forums could suggest, but unfortunately it seems like it's a problem with this laptop and my IT knowledge isn't good enough to deal with it, so we'll have to just deal with it. Today's video we're gonna go through some of the things in this box. There's books at the bottom, so we're not going to go through the books, but we'll go through some of the items and this basket. So my brother and my sister both had like chest style toy boxes, like big wooden chests that they use for toy boxes. I didn't have one. Sorry, 1 second. It seems my voice is going really husky for this video, so I apologise. So instead my parents gave me this basket, so I'll try and tip it. So it's like kind of like a wicker basket that my mother made this cover for it. So I had a matching quilt with the same style of pattern, and so she made me a matching cover for my this basket, and this was my toy basket when I was a child. And so being this basket is over 30 years old. It's moved all over the world with us when my dad was in the Navy, and it's spent the last 17 years in my parents' loft. It does have mould on it. I will be being careful with the mould. I'm probably gonna have to completely strip off the fabric and recover it, because I don't know if it's salvageable. But I'm hoping to steam clean it and, as I said, strip off the fabric, put new fabric on, and maybe make it to where it will go in the nursery for my child, and it can be reused again. But we'll see how well I can salvage it. First item I wanted to share was this. It's a Fisher-Price doctor set. Now, when I found this, I had to laugh. I forgot I had this. It was as a kid. I didn't have enough patient people who were willing for me to practice being a doctor on, so I'm going to blame that on why I'm not a doctor. I'm going to use this in a future video because it amuses me, so watch out for this coming up soon. So let's get stuck into this basket and see what we have. So what did my 17-year-old self choose to keep? Decide that was precious enough to keep a hold of. As I said, the inside of here is mouldy, so we're going to be careful. So you can see all around the edge, it's all mouldy. So I said that's going to be dealt with. I'm just putting that over the floor. So this is something that was made for me. Bon vacances en France. Pour Eleanor. And that's from Sophie Lanois. Juliet, 2003. So this was when I was 17. I went to France and I was staying in this little village, and the house next door to where I was staying, they had tons of little children, and I helped look after the kids one night. I babysat one night. We watched The Emperor's New Groove in French, but I knew all the words in English, and the kids thought that was hilarious. And yeah, so this was, they made me this little paper mache gift, and obviously before I went away to university I stowed it away in here. Now I'm going to go through here. Some of the things in here I'm going to get rid of because, like, I don't need to keep a hold of this anymore. It's a nice memory. I've got photographs. I've got an album of photographs from that trip, and photos of the children, so I can remember them from the photos. I don't need to keep a hold of this. But it's just funny that I guess because it was a fresh gift when I was 17, just before I went to university, I didn't feel I could get rid of it at that stage. So, yeah. So we've got a please do not bend envelope. So I think I know what this might be. Yeah. So this was, I'm not going to show this because it's embarrassing. Oh heck, why not? This is a photograph of me receiving an award on behalf of my employer at the time, from a local politician. Any Shetlanders will know exactly who it is because he's quite famous, but well, famous locally. And so that's I'm guessing I was 16 or 17 at the time, probably 17 at the time. And my boss was quite shy and she didn't want to go and accept this award herself, so I got nominated to go instead. And I got the photograph. So I will keep that. I loved that job. I worked there from the age of 13 until I was 16, 17, and I went and started working at a supermarket instead. Right, this envelope I have got my baptism certificate. Which I'm not going to show because it has like my name and everything on it. which again I'll keep a hold of. Yeah, it was, I got baptised at the age of 17 in the sea. It was cold and it was raining, so everyone got wet. So, in here, I've got 2 rosettes. This was from a gymkhana that we did when I was a little girl at Pony Club. And it's from... that says 2003. It's a tatty and spoon race. Who knows? I think this was more just participation. Click him in Open Riding Club. I thought it was just at our local pony club. I didn't think it was... Gosh, I can't even remember what they were for. But anyway, I got 2 rosettes. 2003. I'm trying to figure out how old I was in 2003. Maybe I wasn't as young as I'd like to think I was. I'm not going to keep these. I mean, they're cute and all, but yeah, I'm not going to keep them. I don't have any particular attachment to them, especially on this one because it's all tatty. But that's really good. Okay, 2003. That's like the year I went away to university. That doesn't make any sense. So it's for a tatty and spoon race in 2003. I have no idea. So yeah, I've got rosettes that I don't even remember getting apparently. So that's a good start. Oh, this is empty its contents. This is a tiny little... I'm saying silver. I have no idea what it's made of. Probably just metal. It's made in Japan. A little chest thing that I have a whole bunch of like foreign money in. Some of which has fallen out. And it's basically where I collected as a kid, where I collected all my foreign money, and it's got like this kind of like red velvet lining. Oh, I think at the bottom this is what I think it is. A 1,000 lira. Which actually isn't nearly as much as it sounds, but it's tiny. Oh my goodness. Like my hands are tiny and this note is like, I'd say it's like smaller than Monopoly money. It's teeny tiny. So yeah, I've got a whole bunch of like random... This basically as a kid when I used to collect foreign currency, so we have some like quarters and things and some American money and some European money and that kind of thing. So as a kid when I collected money it went in this little tin. I don't know what to do with that though. I mean, like looking at it, it just instantly brings back memories because it sat on my dresser for like years and years and years and years. But I don't know if I have any real sentimental connection to it anymore. So I don't know if I'll bother keeping it. I don't know. I don't know if that'll go in the I don't know pile. Right, so this, the cover needs cleaned because it's a bit mouldy on the outside. But this is definitely being kept. So this is my senior ducks medal. It's got my name and everything engraved on it, so I'm not gonna show. This is my senior ducks medal from when I was in high school. This is when I was in secondary 4. So when I was about 15, I got this. That was like the final year at that school, and then I went to a different school for the last 2 years of high school. This is a cat mask I made in home economics. We had to do a sewing project. Now, sewing is not my speciality, but this is what I made. And then it's got ribbons that I could tie to my glasses legs rather than going around the back of my head. So yeah, I made a little cat mask. I don't think I really need to keep this. It's pretty naff. Alrighty, this is a toucan mirror that I made in art. It's made out of clay, and then it was like fired in we had a kiln in our art room. I made this in secondary 1 apparently. And yeah, painted it to look like a toucan. It's got something sticky stuck to it. So yeah. Alrighty, what else do we have in here? So, we have got this little cat that I gave a haircut to. It used to have long hair, and I gave it this really terrible haircut, and then my mum confiscated my scissors. I think I cut its hair on the airplane coming to the UK. This is like back in the days when you could take scissors onto airplanes. Somebody had given me this like crafting kit thing that had like glue and scissors and stuff to kind of keep us entertained on the airplane, and I used the scissors to cut this little cat's hair. So my mum confiscated the scissors and I wasn't allowed the scissors anymore, because I was like 4 when we moved to the UK. It was a long flight for a 4-year-old. Now this, I was given this either by my grandmother, my dad's mother, or by one of my aunts. I can't remember who, but it was one of those things where I will keep a hold of this because it was like my grandmother died not long after we moved over here, and I didn't get many gifts, really any, from my dad's side of the family, so this is like a rare special gift, so we're keeping that. Alrighty, what else do we have in here? Alright, this bum bag. This wonderfully hideous, oh, it's got mould on it, I'll need to clean it. It should be able to go in the washing machine though. This wonderfully 90s, or late 80s actually, because it would have been late 80s bum bag, which has been fixed here, was a gift from somebody at the church we used to go to when I still lived in America, and I hung on to it because it was like, I can't remember the names of the people who gave it to me, but I don't know, it's just, I might still keep hold of this just because it's so naff. And inside there should be some treasures. So, what do we have in here? Oh my goodness. Okay, these are all things that I decided to keep when I was a kid. So, I've kind of given up on the fact that you guys are seeing what my full name is, and I've just been going by Ellie, but yeah, my name's Eleanor. So I've got Jesus Loves Eleanor. That I got at Sunday school. That's hilarious. Or it was a leaving present, I can't remember which. Right, I've got a tiny little Bible which is mouldy, so I don't know if it will be salvageable. It might just need to be thrown away. And it's like teeny tiny Bible, which of course I ink stamped on because I was a small child and I didn't know better. So it's got just like little verses which I coloured in. So yeah, it's probably gonna get thrown away because it's falling apart. But I had this for a very long time. grotty now. I have got a little pen. I'm assuming somebody significant gave this to me for me to still be hanging onto it. I don't remember who. It's gonna get thrown away, I think. It probably doesn't even work anymore. A tiny little couche. Oh, it's all mouldy. That should be cleanable though. We'll see. So yeah, we have a tiny little couche. These things were like so cool when I was a kid. And this one's full of hair. It's quite disgusting. Like, you get the big ones. My sister had some big ones. I looked up to my sister so much when I was a kid. She was like the coolest thing ever. So yeah, a couche. Right. Oh wow, this is really mouldy. I apologise now if this freaks anyone out. I know that I know that our family wasn't the only family to do this, but in here is a baggie. Oh wow, it's so mouldy. Oh, this tub might just need to be thrown away. That's a shame. Because it's a beautiful, like, I think my dad got this in Italy. I might be able to salvage it, but I don't know. It's so mouldy. Oh gosh. Inside though is a baggie. Which again is mouldy. And inside of the baggie are all of my baby teeth. Which, yeah, that's a pretty disgusting thing to keep, but I don't know, I just kept all my baby. We didn't do the tooth fairy when I was growing up. We didn't do Santa Claus. We didn't do the tooth fairy. There's a lot of things we led to deprived childhood. There's a lot of things we didn't do growing up. I'm gonna have to try and clean that up. Oh gosh, now I've got mould all over my hands. 1 second. Oh, I've got a tissue here. I'll just wipe it off on a tissue. And then we'll thoroughly wash my hands afterwards with like disinfectant. So yeah, we didn't do the tooth fairy, so we collected all of our teeth. So yeah, I still have all my baby teeth. Right, this is a whistle that my dad made for me out of a little bit of wood. I'm going to keep this because my dad made it for me. And anything my dad makes for me, I keep. This is a necklace which as a small child I absolutely loved because I felt like a mermaid princess. I mean, it's cheap piece of plastic jewellery, but I loved it as a little girl, so I'm going to keep it just because I loved it so much. And then this was from God Loves Eleanor, 1990. I was adorable. Something we got in Sunday school, and I was freaking adorable. Just saying. Oh, we have a mouldy conker. When I lived in Stracar in Scotland, then we used to go collect conkers. We don't have trees in Shetland, so we can't do that in Shetland. And it's, ew, that's gross. And then I've got 2 medals. Let's see if it says what they're for. This is 1996. I think this was for coming second in the sports day for the girls. And I don't think I ever won any archery competitions. I think this would be a participation award. So I used to do archery when I was younger. But I definitely wasn't any good at it, so I don't think it was a... And I think that's everything out of there. Okay. Now's a moment of truth. I'm hoping I can just wash teddy bears. Because my teddy bears are going to be in really, really terrible condition. Right, so this doll here. This was a gift from my grandma. And she was called Elizabeth, as in the doll. And as you can see, her clothing is a bit stretched and everything. And she comes the dummy that you can ram in her mouth. And she's covered in cat hair because I had cats as a kid. So yeah, this is Elizabeth, my doll, that my grandma gave me. So I'll be keeping her, although she's like grimy as anything. She needs like a wash. This is my favourite doll. She was called Jennifer after one of my cousins who was very pretty. And I thought this doll was very pretty, so I called her Jennifer. With her curly blonde hair and the sleepy eyes when you lay it down flat. And this one managed to escape my brother. You'll see what I mean when I pull out the next doll. So yeah, this was one of my favourite dolls, although her eyes are a bit wonky. So I loved her, although I just noticed her shoes are mouldy and her socks are, so I will need to give her a good clean as well. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing things in here that I forgot I had. Right, so this doll here, oh, that rattle goes with the baby that my grandma gave me. So this doll here, very simple little fabric body with her hang loose hands. My brother poked her eyes in so they don't open and shut the way they're supposed to anymore, because he's a poop head. So I mean the eyes are supposed to open and close, but my brother like poked her eyes in and they don't do that anymore, which is a shame. And when I gave a lot of the rest of my dolls away, because I had a couple others that I gave away when I was a kid, I couldn't bear to give her away because I thought nobody's going to want her because she looks terrible. So I kept her. And is she mouldy? No, she's looking alright. Just a bit filthy. I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do with half this. And now we get down to my teddies. So I had like millions of teddies as a kid, and I narrowed it down to just a few select special ones. When I was a little girl, then I had a Loch Nessie teddy bear that my mother sold in a yard sale. It wasn't supposed to be in the yard sale, but some kid was like, "Oh, I like that, can I have it?" Mum was like, "Sure, you can have it," and didn't consult with me first, and I was devastated. And I've, as you can tell, never forgiven her. This little sailor teddy bear. My dad was in the Navy, so, you know, got a cute little sailor teddy bear. With his little... I'll need to put him in the wash. I need to figure out how to wash teddy bears. Does it say anything about washing? I don't know if you're supposed to put teddy bears in the washing machine. I'll need to look that up. Because, I mean, they all need a wash. So that's like a little teddy bear. This here is like a glow bug bunny. It's like hug me, and inside there's like a battery compartment, and it used to sing and it used to light up. So it had a light, and I wonder if it still even works. I mean, obviously this battery is like 30 years old. But I have another one here, because I'm sitting right next to the battery drawer. Let's see. Yes, it doesn't make noise anymore, but it still lights up. Okay, so when that was inside it, then the face would light up. I took the battery out there. I am so conflicted because like these were like dearly loved items when I was a kid, but I really like, and it's like covered in cat hair. This is cat hair of cats that are long dead, which is a really morbid thought. So yeah, we've got you can see what colour Once Upon a Time was. We've got Hug Me, which was obviously very loved when I was little. This dog, this really ugly little dog, was a gift from I think my brother made this necklace, this collar for it. It's just totally squished, poor little thing. It was a gift, I think, as well from my grandmother, I think. Gonna try and make his face a bit more normal. And again, this is a much loved dog. Which I'm totally gonna keep because sentimental value. Oh, this is a coin that fell out of the Giants of the Deep Pacific Science Center. That would have fallen out of my little money chest. And then here we have got, it's been drawn on at some point, SeaWorld. This is, okay, I got this before SeaWorld was known to be a bad thing. I would have got this back in the 80s, so don't sue me. A dolphin from SeaWorld. I don't actually remember going to SeaWorld. I'm assuming I did. I don't remember it. Maybe somebody I know went. So we've got a random little dolphin. I can't say I have any particular emotional attachment to that, so that can probably go. Now this, I'd forgotten I had this. I have a popple. These are like amazing little creatures. They've got like a little pouch on their back and a tail, and they're just so cute. And then you can kind of like turn them inside out, and they're just stinking adorable. Like the whole thing tucks right in and just makes a ball. Yeah, you can tuck like the whole thing in. My sister had one, and as a kid I was so like smitten with her one that my mum had to buy me one because I kept stealing my sister's. This is my one, so this is definitely getting kept. Again, it needs a wash, it's filthy. Oh, here's another coin that's obviously escaped. I think it's probably a Russian coin, yeah. We had a lot of Russian sailors in Shetland. They came with the Klondike boats, which were big like freezer fishing boats. And then this is like a little bunny angel teddy that I've had since I was a little girl, like since I was a baby. Again, it needs a wash. It's covered in cat hair. Everything's covered in cat hair. Yeah. I don't know what to have these. And we've got more coins that are all escaped from the little chest. Okay, this is my favourite teddy of all time. My goodness, she's looking sad. This is Snowball. I can't remember the names for any of the rest of my teddies. But this is Snowball. This is my very first ever cat. I can still remember being in the store and Mum asking me, like there was a whole heap of these on the top shelf, and Mum asking me did I want a white one or a black one. I picked a white one and she was called Snowball, and I absolutely love her. And I said, yeah, my first ever cat, and I used to cuddle this as he She just smells like the attic. I was wondering if she still smelled like her. And I just, yeah, I love this. And her whiskers are horrendously crumpled, and I'm pretty sure my cat chewed on them. So she's definitely getting kept. She just needs a really good wash. And then I have this random little bear that's missing an eye. Again, I think I kept it out of sympathy. I can't say I have any emotional attachment to that. I probably had it since I was a little girl, but Snowball's really my favourite. Let's be honest. Now this one is definitely being kept, although I don't know how to wash him because he's got insides that I don't know if they can go in the wash. But so that's my little Winnie the Pooh teddy, and I'm actually going to be decorating the nursery in Winnie the Pooh theme because we don't know what we're having and it's nice and neutral, and I was going to do like a jungle animal theme or like a safari animal theme, but I couldn't find any cheap wallpaper that I liked, whereas I could get cheap Winnie the Pooh wallpaper, and I'm not spending like £300 just to decorate one wall. So for 30 quid I got some Winnie the Pooh wallpaper, and so we're going to go with the Winnie the Pooh theme for the nursery. So here's my little Winnie the Pooh addition to the nursery, a very old loved Winnie the Pooh that I got as a kid. So that was one of my first teddies as well. Oh, he's still singing. So I need to figure out how to wash him because I don't, with the singing mechanism inside, I don't know if he can go in the washing machine because that might destroy the mechanism inside, getting it wet. So this basket, because it's been mouldy, I'm tempted, I want to just take out all the fabric and reline it. But it depends because like inside, like between the layers of the basket is mouldy, and my husband was like, oh, just steam clean it. But I don't know if I can, I don't know if that's doable. So yeah, I'm kind of conflicted about this basket. I'd like to try and salvage it, but it depends on whether it's salvageable or not. It might end up just being easier just to get a new one. We'll see. We'll see what we can do with it. And how to move on to this box here. So the bottom of this box is books, and I will do the books in a different video because it's already like half an hour long, and I have another box as well of books. Oh, I'm getting cramp in my legs. So these are some items. So this item here, so this didn't go in the loft, so none of this should be mouldy because these items were too precious. So this item, I could do with like a leather clean. This is my grandpa's old baseball mitt, and it's a special one because it's got just 2 fingers, so you do a bit of a Star Trek style, and this is like an ancient old baseball mitt that used to belong to my grandpa that my dad gave to me. And so, I mean, I was never any good at any kind of hand and eye coordinated sports, but I will keep this and treasure this. I never actually met my grandpa. He passed away before I was born. but family's always been really important to me. And I mean, some people might not believe in this kind of thing, but someone recently saw him looking after me. She's like, there's a guy hanging out with you, like following you around. And I showed him a picture of my grandfather, and she's like, yeah, that's him. So he's looking out for me and baby, apparently. This little troll doll. So I used to have lots of troll dolls when I was a kid. I got rid of a lot of my toys when I grew up. I just kept some of like my old favourites. I had a lot of troll dolls as a kid. This is actually one that my dad bought for his mother. So his mother was a nurse, and when she passed away, then he got it back again, and he gave it to me. And again, I will treasure this because it's kind of indirectly from my grandmother. So this is from my grandparents on my mother's side. This is a very ancient game. It's probably worth money by now. Made in England. Merit Marble Fun. And basically, you set it up. And you have got different doors with different scores associated with them. And they're like the staples holding it together are rusty now because it's so old. It's a really simple concept. It's got a little bit of mold on the back, but that probably is from back when I was at my grandparents' house. And then it just has some marbles and a track that you use. You basically roll the marble down the track and then try and get it through the door. So yeah, it's like old school toy. Who knows when this is from. But basically it was in my grandparents' house, and when they passed away, I got it because there's like, they had like a bunch of toys like this when I was a kid, and it just reminded me of like the sort of things that we had at their house. So this is a box that I made in Technical. I loved woodwork class at school. I can't remember if I made it to hold anything in particular, or if it was just like a bit of a desk tidy or something. But yeah, I made this box in Technical. There's a lot of things I actually made in Technical. I've got a set of shelves through in the kitchen that I was cleaning the mould off of because they were up in the loft. And I've got a big bookcase cupboard thing that I made. I loved woodwork class. They had a whole bunch of stickers stuck on the top of it that I've since peeled off. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, see where the stickers used to be. So I'm obviously keeping that box. Now this is precious. This is a music box my dad bought for me in Italy when he was stationed there, and it plays the Isle of Capri. And it has got the mechanism. It's got a 4-leaf clover and some gold foil, and the little mechanism, and it's got a little space there. So let's see if this, hopefully it's not too loud. Hold away from the microphone. And I just think it's absolutely beautiful. My dad bought this for me when he was in Italy. As I said, he was stationed there for 2 years, and in those 2 years we saw him for 2 months. So I can still remember as a small child forgetting what my own dad looked like and being very distressed by that. So these kind of things are very, very precious to me. I've still got a watch that he bought me at the same time. It doesn't work anymore, and a dead battery ruined it, but I'm keeping it all the same. Right, this is my old riding silk. When I was a kid and I was learning to ride, this was what I used to have on my riding hat. It is ancient, but my goodness did I love it. So my riding hat had red and blue. Because you just buy the skull cap and then it looks really dumb if you don't have a silk on. So I got this is my riding silk. And this. Osh kosh bagosh. Oh my gosh, it's tiny. What age is it for? Size 6X, whatever that means. So this little shirt is from when I was a kid, and I loved it because it had a cat on it. And it said Osh Kosh Bagosh, which that's a brand name, but I was thinking about that earlier when I was opening something. I was looking at something else, the Koosh. I was thinking Osh Kosh Bagosh. And it has cats on the back. And I loved this as a kid. And so out of all my childhood clothing, this is the one item I kept. My mum has some hideous dress, I think, in my old wardrobe that she kept. So yeah. And then we're on to the books. So I'm going to save the books and do them on a different day. As I said, my belly's rumbling. It must be like almost time to eat. As I said, I've got my Polly Pockets I'm going to look at with you, and I've got books. So my legs are going dead sitting on the floor. So I'm going to go and get some blood back in my legs. And then we're going to look at the books, because I'm really excited about the books. Because it's been a long time since I looked at what books I had from when I was a child. And I'm really excited about them. So I will catch you later. Take care.